Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another Friday dinner. How's everybody doing? Well, I hope. So, we're going to kind of just jump into it. Ooh, that was not straight. Good enough. Everyone excited for the weekend? We excited to just kind of relax and get a little bit of rest. Won't be streaming on Sunday. It's my sister's birthday, so we're all getting together to celebrate that. Going over to my parents. No, let's go with the big one for that. Good afternoon. Welcome, Gnome. How are you doing today? Hey, Tanner. Doing well, thanks. How you doing, Tan? Hopefully this is a little bit nicer for you. Not too middle of the night, I hope. Tan the man, bro. Yeah, absolutely. You guys got any big weekend plans? As I was saying, I'm just looking forward to kind of relaxing. I'm starting dinner a little early today. Took the day off. Got the errands done. And I kind of just wanted to get the stream started. Then relax and play a couple games later. No plans for me. That's good. It's kind of nice to have a relaxing one. Not busy. By the way, your soy glazed salmon looked delicious the other day. So, what are we greatly cooking today? I am making pork chops in a creamy apple cider sauce. So, I've got these pork chops that I am going to sear, and then I'm going to saute some vegetables, and then we're going to add some chicken stock and some apple cider. Bring that to a boil with the meat. Throw that in the oven for about 20-25 minutes, and then we are going to saute some apples, and once it comes out of the oven, we're going to add the cream, throw it back in the oven for about 10 minutes, then add the apples back to it, and then I wanted to make some couscous, but apparently I don't have any, so it was between quinoa or orzo, so we're going to go with orzo and see how that goes. Thank you. I messed up the sauce production, but I didn't really need it. You know, I commonly mess up sauces. I'm either not patient enough, or the temperature's too hot. It's definitely something I need to improve on. But it looked good. Okay. Is this a Chinese recipe? No, it's I think it's technically more of an American recipe. Or European is what it's listed as. I've never had it, so I'm gonna try it and then see if there's any obvious changes I want to make. I always try a recipe once and then try and make it my own after that. It's a giant piece of garlic. It was really tasty. I ate the entire pound of salmon in one sitting. Hey, man. If you're gonna eat a pound of something, salmon's not a bad choice. Did your house smell afterwards? That's always my problem is whenever I do some sort of fish like that, is there's an odor for a day or two. Not a big fan of. Alright. Am I dicing this or am I just throwing the full clove in there? Chop onion, celery, saute, and then add, okay, minced garlic. I'm the same. I follow the recipe close first time, then deviate if I choose to make it again. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Would you consider yourself a knife nerd? I wouldn't say I'm a super knife nerd, but I definitely believe in having the right tools for the job and taking care of them. Like, I'm a big fan of the knockery here for chopping vegetables. Like, I wouldn't say I'm like super knowledgeable on every type, but I definitely have probably 5 or 6 nicer knives that I use. That I take care of sharpening, cleaning by hand every time. You know, you got to treat your equipment nice. And a dull knife is more dangerous than a sharp one most of the time. Oh yeah, it smelled for a couple days, but I live alone. I don't mind. My wife is extremely nose sensitive, and she hates the smell of fish. So I always have to wait till she goes away on like a work trip or something, and then I got to start the candles early. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. If fish smells like fish, it's not fresh. Well, I'm in the dead center of the United States. It is very difficult to get fresh fish. Everything is going to be frozen. But I definitely try and pick the best looking pieces. I don't want ones that look like it's seen a couple of days, you know what I mean? If I were more towards the coast, it'd be a lot easier, but what can you do? Short of, like, catfish, there's not a whole lot. Why did I not cut the other onion? What? I went straight to garlic. Killing myself. No lakes in Kansas? No, there's lakes, but they're not going to have salmon or tuna or your common cod, mahi mahi, stuff like that. You're going to have bass, things like that. We don't have like red snapper or anything along those lines. And even so, you won't really find any place selling that stuff. You'd have to go out and catch it yourself, which I'm not much of an outdoorsman myself. Catfish, maybe black and catfish, also a classic. I'm not a big catfish fan. Like, I know a lot of people who really love it, but personally, um, catfish kind of grosses me out just because of their bottom feeders. I know it's stupid, but it's just one of those things where it's kind of like, eh. But I mean, I've had fried catfish, and it's delicious. I generally just try not to think about it. Okey-dokey. Tastes muddy or a bit muddier. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, no, it's not like it tastes muddy. It tastes fine. It's just more of a like. It's just like something in my head. Let's put it that way. There's nothing wrong with catfish, and it's quite delicious. It's just one of those mental things where you kind of think about it. And you're like, eh. All right, let me get my pan going. I got a Dutch oven that I just turned the heat on. We're gonna put a little olive oil. Pork chops. Do I ask too many questions? Sorry if yes. No, man, you're not asking too many questions. I love having a conversation. It's more. It's hard to sometimes put into words like things you know that don't make sense, but you do it anyway. So, but no, feel free to keep them coming. You're not bothering me at all. Right, this one didn't get much. All right, pepper. Why did I not bring the white pepper? Nice, okay. Me too, understood, yeah. I enjoy the conversation, so yeah. Alright, so garlic, salt, and pepper. We're going to do a very quick, like, sear on these just to kind of get some color, and they'll finish in the Dutch oven. I'm using the white pepper because I don't want to have to keep washing and cleaning my hands every time I flip them for the uh, fresh cracked stuff. So we'll just use some white because I have that on hand. Okie dokie. Let me wash my hand real quick. I've seen those also breaded in a recipe, like schnitzel in a recipe. Looked cool too. Yeah, I've actually made schnitzel with these before. They're super thin, which means they fry pretty quick. I actually like using the thin ones a lot more than I like using the like thicker cut ones, just because these are like pretty much ready to go fairly quickly. Bring you over to the oven. Now, this isn't the best for doing a ton of like searing because there's not a lot of room on the bottom. We are going to do this in batches. If I had a shallower one, it would be a lot nicer, but I've got what I've got, so. Oh, I got some olive oil. All right. Yes. All right. Let's test these, see how we're doing. All right. Let's turn this up a bit. You can also ask me if you want. Well, what would you say is your favorite German dish? And it can be vegetarian, since I know you're a vegetarian. Favorite German dish? All right. 1 cup. You know, many don't know this, but Germany is actually very good in pastries and desserts and wine, maybe too. Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of Riesling. I don't drink a lot, but I like it because it's a bit sweeter. I think I have the temperature too low, so I think the first couple of these are going to come out a little gray. So go ahead and see if we can't get that temperature up for the next batch, and we'll come back and rebrown these. There we go. Riesling, yes. Hey, Chow, welcome. I saw you had a fun day at the car dealership. Ooh, enamel cast iron. Yeah, I'm a big Dutch oven fan. I wish I had one of the, like, shorter, more shallow ones, but I love this thing. It cleans so nice. Yeah, loving dropping money on maintenance. Ooh. Do you have a car problem? That sucks. What a way to spend your day off. Alright, so we're starting to get the browning. Like I said, a couple of these were the other side. I just don't want to cook them all the way through. So I'd say some kind of cake, maybe. Oh, yeah. Oh, just regular maintenance? Well, that's better than, like, it breaking down. Black forest cake, that's delicious. I don't want to get it too hot where I burn my oil, but we're about to the right temp. Oil change, air filters, tire rotations, and a recall replacement, but that was covered. May I ask what kind of car do you drive, or at least light? I used to drive a truck, which is the common thing to drive in the Midwest here in the United States. I don't drive that anymore. The job has a lot of driving, so I switched to an SUV that's a little bit more fuel efficient, while also being big enough for somebody who follows me. All right, I'm going to pull these just because I don't want them to cook all the way through. The next batch will definitely get more browns. Nissan Sentra. Ooh. There we go. That's the kind of browning I'm talking about. Nice color on the pan. Yeah. Good day, good evening, everyone. Hey, cats, welcome. You having a good Friday? pat down the last couple. Need to get a little bit more oil in there. Yeah, when I was searing steak, I completely pat it dry and seasoned it literally before I put it in the pan. Yeah, I usually do with steak. I didn't even really think about it for the pork chop. I actually usually season my steak about an hour before and then temper them by bringing them to room temperature before cooking them, and then pat them dry right before putting them in. That way, trying to let the salt really get in there and season the steak. You also should be remembering to like rotate your meat, because if you've got hot spots that move around, it'll help get a better sear. Oh, well, cleaned out a cellar that was affected by the current floods in southern Germany. I'm tired but happy to enjoy the pork chop cooking session. My week was really slow, so I'm happy to like kind of relax. Something about like a slow week can be a little bit mind numbing. Get a little bit more oil in here. I don't want this to burn, ruin that pond. Keep this temperature down a little bit. See if we can't try and save it a little. Tonight my dinner is going to be particularly lazy. Store-bought fresh braised beef ravioli with homemade bolognese. I mean, bolognese can be not lazy. That takes effort and time. Fair, to be simplified bolognese, I needed a couple streams back. I had frozen the extra sauce. And honestly, that's the best way to do it. I'm a big proponent of like taking store-bought sauce and then like fixing it. Like fixing it sounds like it's terrible. I mean, like adding extra seasonings, wine, a little bit of jelly, red pepper flakes, garlic, stuff along those lines. It's burning. Where the heck did I put my salt? A little bit. But yeah, I really like taking store-bought stuff and then like fixing it up and saving myself a lot of time. I've never really made too good of like homemade sauce when it comes to like bolognese or ragu. So they're kind of cheap. Canned or jarred sauce from store is good, but can definitely be enhanced. Let the veggies sweat out and loosen the fond. Yeah, that's what I did. I added a little bit of salt to help get some of that water out. Thank you. Does he?
Yeah, it's not quite sealed.
Don't want to have a repeat of last time?
Yeah. Like if you take it off and you like it starts to a lot like okay.
So just leave it on him. Okay. Alright, yeah, we cleaned up a lot of that fond. We are going to deglaze the pan with some brandy here once these soften a little bit more. Sorry. Okay.
Done drinking?
Okie dokie. How much time? Alright, so adding some thyme.
How much time? Like 30 seconds?
Yep, about 30 seconds worth of thyme. Garlic. Alright, so we're just going to go for about 30 seconds so we can start to smell the garlic. We don't want it to burn. So close to what? Alright, so we use the brandy deglazed. So that's cooked out. Alright, next is flour. How much flour? 2 tablespoons flour.
Being so patient, you want your food?
What's up?
I was just looking.
Yeah, we're sauteing veggies.
I was gonna give sitting by the bowl.
That's fine. Go ahead, give him the dinner. All right. Can you hand me that? Oh, never mind. It's right here. All right. So what I got here is apple cider and chicken stock.
You're welcome.
Hey Grant, I see you found the new emotes.
Is it Chef Skipper?
Yes.
It is cute. Just covered in water. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. The name of this moat hurts my soul. What do you mean? You don't like Chef Boy RFD? It works on like 3 levels. Okay. So.
Put that stuff in the dishwasher. Crap.
Here's the juices. Alright, we're going to bring this to a boil. Then we're going to put it in the oven. Perfection, to be honest. Thank you. I hope you're talking about the emotes. Alright, so while this is coming up, alright, so I'm going to make some orzo because I didn't have couscous like I thought I did. Which is what I would have preferred to have made with this, but it's either that or quinoa, and I think orzo sounds better than quinoa on this occasion. 2 quarts water, 1 cup orzo. So this recipe says you can use alcoholic apple cider, like hard cider, or you can use normal. I'm using a well-known, like, local cider mill apple cider. It is not hard, but it is delicious. It was very hard for me to not drink it while waiting to make this recipe. Bring water to boil. I love good old-fashioned apple cider. Yeah, this stuff is amazing. It's called Lewisburg Cider Mill. They they make their own apple. They make lemonade. They do apple cider donuts. They do stuff during the fall for like going out and picking out your own pumpkin. Like, it's pretty nice. Alright, so there's a pan of water. Let's get some salt. Salty is the sea, they say. I would say we're getting pretty close to boiling. We're definitely at a simmer. Let me get a picture of this. Alright, this is going in the oven for 25 minutes. And then at which point we will pull it out, add the cream, and put it back in. Alright, timer 25. Let's turn this to low. Okay. So, I've got apples. We have to peel and fry the apples real quick. Let's go here. Where to put you? There we go. You can watch me struggle. There's one. So I believe the name of these apples is Wild Twist or Cosmic Twist. I can't remember. It's got twist in it. I've never seen them before, and I haven't tried them. I know it's dangerous to incorporate them into what you're cooking without knowing what they taste like, but I've almost never had an apple I've never cared for. So, you need the fancy apple peeler where you stick it in and then crank the wheel. Yeah, but wouldn't you hate this content? Like, you'd be missing out. We have a whole 25 minutes to burn. Room in my pantry for any more gizmos or gadgets. I have stuff I want I can't get because there's no for it. Okie dokie. Let's try the peel. That's a really tasty apple. Even if it was mostly just peel. Okay. I'm using the old. Why?
It's doing the thing again.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I apologize if the quality has been bad. I thought we had this fixed. We are switching internet providers, but unfortunately they're coming for a couple weeks. So go back, internet issues. What are you making with these apples? I'm sauteing the apples. They're going to go in the sauce. That's just a thing to have. I'm sorry about the connectivity issues. I don't really know.
We're working to fix it.
We're working. We're...
He's growing. He's got a garden that's got tomatoes and peppers in it.
Yes.
But not anything else.
Not anything fancier than that because I am particularly poor at gardens. My last one did not do well. This is like my makeup garden. If this goes well, we will move up from there. I do have a planter here in the windowsill for chives and garlic chives.
But no fruit trees or anything.
No fruit trees. We have cherry blossoms. We have a cherry blossom tree, but it's not fruit bearing or anything. It's just
pretty.
Well, it will be if it ever does what it's supposed to. It got hot in here.
It did.
Turn the air down a little bit.
Yeah.
What are you making with the apples? Do you have garden plants, herbs, or trees? Do you like growing things? Common Kansas Internet L. You should try pole beans. They don't take up much space since they grow up and taste buzzing. Are you talking about green beans that you put on a pole? Or are pole beans something else entirely? Because I am unfamiliar with just pole beans. Okie dokie. I had tortilla today, by the way. You inspired me with your recent burritos. That a boy. Was it difficult to go out and find one? Like, do they sell them at the store? They were pretty much green beans, but they grow up on a pole. I mean, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That's what I thought they were. I just wanted to verify, because I can be an idiot. I'm sure you're asking yourselves, why is he buttering a non-stick pan? The answer is, why not? Yeah, I was saying, how'd you find your tortillas? Was it difficult? No, I actually didn't ask that. Finding burrito would be tortilla just bread everywhere. Yeah, tortillas are pretty much common around here. You can find them everywhere. I assume they'd be a little difficult for you. I didn't know if they'd be difficult for you guys, because you'd said you hadn't had a burrito in a long time, so I just didn't know if it was not a common thing. Finding burrito would be tortilla everywhere. Okay, I get it now. Finding a burrito would be difficult, but the tortilla you can find. If you can find the tortilla, that means you can make the burrito. It's easy. You can make a tofu one, or seafood, shrimp. All those would be really good. If you're looking for ideas. Should I salt this a little bit? Alright, how much cream do I need? Half a cup. So I need to go a little bit more. There we go. But yes, I promise we are working on the internet. connectivity issues. We are changing internet providers. We're getting a new router. And then I'm looking at possibly setting up some wired cameras, or if the Wi-Fi improves with the new router and the new internet provider, then we might try some of the Wi-Fi stuff and see how it goes. So, filled some tofu, yes. Broccoli cheese wrapped up like a burrito, done. Yeah, that sounds good. So do you put the apples in the dish? It seems weird to me. Why would apples and pork chops go together pretty commonly? In fact, it's cooking in a literal apple cider sauce right now. I'm not against this, but this is just new to me. Oh. I don't think it's that weird. I mean, I wouldn't say I've done it before, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, how can we do this? I'm for it. Well, obviously I am. I'm cooking it. That's a dumb thing to say. Does note that these will burn quickly if I leave them for too long, so I am trying to keep them actively all over the place. You can already see some of them getting a little bit of brown. We got 10 minutes before we pull and add the cream, and then we'll cook it uncovered for about 10-15 minutes, and then we're done. So, fairly uncomplicated dish. Clean up my knife. Bad boy's warm. Like apples, red cabbage, carrots, walnuts, and some grapeseed oil. Good salad. I agree. There we go. 8 to 10 minutes on the orzo. So I'm just trying to get a little browning, and these will burn quickly, so I'm actually pretty close to probably pulling these, just so I don't burn them. I'm used to making, like, cinnamon apples this way. Just adding a little bit of, like, syrup, brown sugar, more butter. Hey, buddy, calm down. Shh. Skipper. Skipper, it's okay. People are allowed to deliver things to the house. Is there not? Good to know. Well, I don't know what he got angry about. Classic Skipper. There's a German fish tater or tartar where you mix fish with apple. Also nice. What fish would you be mixing with apple? I'm very interested. That seems like a interesting combination. Me, I made buddy. It was me. Okay. Come on, bud. Don't act all big and tough. You would just say hi to whoever it is. I'm gonna out you. All right. Supposed to let this go 8 to 10 minutes, which is about the time the stuff's gonna come out. In that case, that would be pickled herring, also called matjes here. I've heard of pickled herring, and I've also heard it's definitely something you either like or don't. I'm gonna guess you fall on the line of it's something you like. What I do love about this is the ability to like clean while cooking instead of having a billion pots and pans and plates to clean up at the end. I love being able to do it while in the middle, like having a little bit of time. It makes it so much nicer at the end. Very popular in the northern parts of Germany, yes. I believe, is it like Scandinavia or Norway or something along those lines has a bunch of pickled fish as well. It's like pretty gross, what I've heard. Obviously, I've never had it, and if you're from that area and you like it, no offense, just what I've heard. I'm kind of curious as to like the differences. Well, you got them, bud. They won't be coming back. Have you ever been? Yes, sure, Scandinavia. Have you ever been in Europe, actually? No, I have not. I've, all the places I wanted to travel, uh, Japan and Germany are my top two, with the third behind that being the UK slash like Ireland and Scotland. Those are like the big ones I'd love to hit. I had a chance to go to Germany for a wedding. Unfortunately, it just wasn't in the. It wasn't a good time, and financially, we just weren't able to make it work. But I'd love to go. I've only ever been outside the U.S. to the Caribbean. Caribbean. We went on our honeymoon was a cruise, and that's the only time I've left the U.S. But we went to Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and the Bahamas, if I remember correctly. One of them was like it was right after a either hurricane or so one of the destinations got canceled, and I believe they put it was either Puerto Rico or was it Cozumel? It was something in that area. I can't remember, but it was probably Puerto Rico. I just remember it was like the height of the Zika virus, so we were trying to not catch anything. All right. Looking pretty good. Yeah, no, I'd love to get to go there at some point, sometime. I feel like we will eventually. Just gotta make it work financially, and then make it work with like timing wise with work. I'm less concerned about the work thing. If I have enough forewarning there, I can pretty much do whatever. But just traveling's expensive, and I'm a big guy, so. All right, add the cream. Cook for 20 minutes uncovered or until pork chops are tender. Where the heck are... Let's give this a stir. This looks good. Sorry, I'm trying to get some of that flavor. All right, back in the oven. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and make this easy for myself and I. Yeah, let's go for it. Okie dokie. It is. Bon appetit. Man will probably be happy if this one looks good. Yeah, she will. We just gotta let it finish up real quick. What would be a good way to serve this? Man, I really wish I had couscous. I think it would have been better. There's a couple stuck to the side in here. Scoot you back a little bit. Let's move the lid. So we've got our orzo. We got our fried apples that are going to go into the sauce. Or into the thing. God, I feel like I'm missing a vegetable. Oh well. I don't really have time. I don't have anything fresh. Canned vegetables kind of mid anyway. Let's just get all in the shop right now. That's green noodles, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, orzo. Generally, yeah, you would see them in Greek cooking, or in like a risotto, or not a risotto. Excuse me, a rice pilaf. You'll definitely see it like usually half orzo, half rice, like normal rice. I bought it for that because we made rice pilaf a week or two ago, and it was awesome. I was like, I want to make this more often because I don't hardly ever make it. It's one of those things where you like remember how good something is, and you're like, I need to add that back into the rotation of things, which is exactly how it was. And then, sure enough, I was like, oh, I've got other stuff in there. And I was like, well, quinoa isn't going to work. I want something that can like kind of take the sauce and absorb it a little bit. Sorry, I'm cleaning the pan. Like I said, I'm trying to maximize my time here. How about you, Grant? What are you going to have for dinner tonight? I know Chow's having bolognese and raviolis. And the man had a tortilla, some sort of wrap. Tomato paste, S&P, tiny honey, those noodles even better. Yeah. That actually sounds like a pretty decent recipe. I'll have to try that sometime. I've never added honey to tomato paste, but I'm sure it's delicious. How about you, Kat? What'd you have for dinner? I assume you had it because it's later in your guys' country. Okay. I'm trying to think if a little bit of butter would help that, but it'll also absorb the sauce once we add it, so not trying to go nuts. As you can see, we've got 10 minutes left until this meal is together. Let's try one of these apples. Small one. Okay. Or not. There we go. Those are good. Oh boy. I was originally supposed to work today, but last couple of days I've just been so tired. And I don't know what it was. If it was just a little bit warmer, I just wasn't sleeping well. But I woke up this morning and was just like, I'm not feeling it. Because I woke up probably like 4 or 5 times and then woke up about 4 a.m. Was like, I'm gonna go ahead and call out today for work, and then tried to sleep in a little bit, and that helped immensely. So I felt pretty decent afterwards. So then I spent the rest of the day pretty much relaxing, getting a couple of errands done. I did have to run in and get my stuff because I'm working from home next week. So I went in, said hi to everyone, and then grabbed my stuff and left. But other than that, it was a pretty chill day, which is exactly what I was looking for. My sister's birthday's Sunday, so we're going over to do that. We're having barbecue at my parents' house. So no stream Sunday, but I will try to stream tomorrow. I gotta find something to make. I don't know what yet. I'll do some research and probably trip to the store. As well as the Wall Street Bets and George, did you watch the Roaring Kitty stream? I did not, but I've seen how much the GameStop stock has jumped up and down due to him coming out. I'm not messing with it this time. Like, I had a little bit of, like, playing money in there back when the original GameStop stuff happened, but I took everything out, which wasn't much. Because there's genuinely seems like there was going to be a market correction for a long time. It still seems like there's going to be one. It's just somehow continuing. Can Skipper get some treats? Sure. That's my wife. Skipper, you want some carrots, buddy? Come. Come. Come on. They're using the emote, Skipper. You have to come now. We've got carrots. Come on. All right, he's coming. Look how slow he's coming. He's tired. He got to go on a WALK earlier. Boop. He got to go, sit. He got to go to the vet to have his hotspot looked at. Sit. He's got another week in the cone. Shake. Shake. Come on. That's a good boy. Can you? I didn't say sneeze. Who's there? Good boy. Ooh. You hate to see it. Best boy skipper time. I love him. I love him too. He is a good dog. You sit. All right. Down. All right. Touch. No, you got to touch. You're just sniffing. Skipper, touch. Good boy. Oh, you threw it back at me. And you're off camera. Okay, we're switching sides. All right. Last one. Sit. Sit. Who's there? Okay. Shake. Shake. Good boy. Boop. Ooh, okay, we're not going to end on a failure. Would you pick a side? All right. Last one. Come on. Turn around. There you go. Oh. All right. All right. That was it. Why is he wearing swim vest? He has a hot spot that he kept licking. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Chow. You're on top of it. Yeah, the boy, we think he has allergies of some type. So we get allergy shots and to try and prevent him from licking or irritating a spot too much. Unfortunately, he had a spot pop up right around the time we got him a shot, and he had already irritated it. So he's got a big scab on his tail, which is why he's wearing a cone. We think this is a nicer cone than the big wide ones that like you see normal people wear or the normal dogs wear because it doesn't like he doesn't run into things as much. And from what we found most of the time, he can actually reach back there, but it's just enough of a deterrent that he doesn't even try, which is almost better in the long run. Are those carrots or hot dogs? Those are carrots. My dog loves vegetables. Like carrots and green beans are like two of his favorite treats. And then it's peanut butter, like, and then we have these things called chicken chips, which is like dehydrated chicken skin, I think, or just chicken that a local like pet shop place makes, and he goes absolutely nuts for those. They're like round discs that look like they've been dehydrated, and it's about the only thing we can give him. He's not super food motivated, but those like 5 things we named, he'll do anything for. But if you put food in his bowl, he'll ignore all day. Classic. All right, I'm gonna pull the stuff out. So go ahead and get this just ready. Morgan, you can come up and take pictures and eat. All right. Then the apples go in.
Sorry, it looked like you had time.
I did. All right, there's the finished product. I'm going to taste it for salt. I'm not waiting for this to be scalding hot.
You going back for seasoning?
Salt.
You mean that salt? Oh. I had not yet for what you're cooking, so I just wanted to eat the apples.
I never tried these apples before. I think they were Cosmic Twist or Wild Twist or something. The core that I bit into tasted good, and so did the scrap side. So,
I just like apples.
well, I think you'll like this. This has a very apple taste, but it's not sweet. It's like a savory apple, based on what I just tasted. Probably should have made mashed potatoes with this, in all honesty, but, oh well. I thought we had couscous, as I've said 14 times on Scam.
I love couscous.
I thought we had it, instead we had quinoa.
I also like quinoa.
I don't think quinoa would have held up for this.
No, couscous would have been better.
And had I known, I would have asked you to pick it up when you were with. But it is what it is.
Oh, because we were right there by the store, but we could have grabbed it.
All right, go ahead and build a plate, or try to. I'm very curious to see what you do. Do you want this, or I assume you probably actually want some sort of spoon?
I'll figure it out.
You want one of these?
No. Yes. Yeah.
You've given me 3 answers. I'm not sure which one to listen to.
Do you have a smaller spoon? That's just a shorter spoon. That's fine.
Okay, define smaller.
Well, I realized that the only other smaller one we had at slots, which would defeat the purpose. So.
Verdict on sauce. This is actually a classic combination, I believe, at least. Couscous, cranberry, and mint. I mean, that sounds delicious. Verdict on the sauce. I like the sauce. I thought it would be super sweet because we used apple cider, but it's actually quite savory. There is some sweetness, but it's not overwhelmingly sweet drinking apple cider or having a piece of pie might be. But I mean, you definitely add a ton of sugar for that kind of stuff, so maybe it was dumb to think that way. You made it want to go with one of these really browned ones. Just a suggestion.
Oh, this one slid.
Did you want tweezers?
No.
You don't want the big tweezers?
I'm gonna power through this. Do what I want.
You heard it here first, folks.
Stubbornness.
She's gonna do what she wants.
I do what I want. Is that one brown enough?
You're putting 3 pork chops on there? It's a lot of pork
Do you
chops.
just want 2 pork chops?
I think 2 is probably adequate.
Okay. Change this. Look a little bit.
I know I'm big, but how big do you think I am? Don't answer that.
I was like, well.
Do you want some, like, parsley or something?
Yeah, eventually.
I don't have any fresh parsley, but I have some jarred parsley. Or I could do some chives if you want, but I think parsley is the way to go.
No, I think parsley's the way to go.
Let her have 3. Why so mean? This is mine. Generally, I'm the one who eats the one that gets made for the picture. So she can have 3.
You can't stop me.
Yeah, I post a picture of this to my Instagram and my Facebook, and I don't need everyone going like, God, look how fat he's getting eating those portions.
To be fair, they're tiny.
Oh, I know.
Well, I guess 2's probably more than enough, but
2's good to start.
Sometimes for the picture, I'm like, let's go big.
You should have got bigger bowl. I'm kidding. We tried. We definitely tried. You could also just. That works too.
Do what?
I was gonna say you could just like. However you want to do it. But that looks really good.
You said what?
No, just having been somebody who tends to struggle with the like going like that.
I have tinier fingers.
Yeah.
And plus, you usually stick your fingers in the food to try to move stuff, so then they're sticky.
I only missed some green, to be honest. Maybe some green onion or parsley. Only complaint. Well,
It's got parsley.
we just added the parsley. I zoomed in on that. You couldn't see. Alright. We're going to go for a picture, and then it's taste test. Does this... Here.
Oh, give me that. Thank God. What? Well, I know where the shadow is from my phone, but... Sorry, there's shadows. It's very difficult. Oh, I hate that that's... How about that?
Looks good.
Are you just saying that?
No, I'll leave you. Oh, you added faster than me. Okay, complaint back.
We were
Yeah, what do you think this is? Amateur hour? Because it is.
Always.
Alright, let's taste this. Find out if it's good or bad. The sauce is good.
Oh, I meant to grill more sauce on it.
Well?
Oh well. That was the original intention of getting the spoon out, was to put sauce on it. Mistakes were made.
Well, we can't go back in time, can we?
Nope, and I just dumped food everywhere.
Alright, now that we've loaded up on sauce. It's like a slightly sweet gravy. Alright, let's try it with a piece of apple.
was a truck.
That's Amazon.
I'll go get it.
Actually, no, I don't think they. I think it's UPS. I think my Lego is here.
Good boy.
W meal? I think so. It's got a complexity to it. Like, oh. in my brain, this should be sweet, but it's really not. It's very subtle. It's really nice. Oh, glad you turned it off. What are the seed-looking things? That's called orzo. It's it's technically a pasta, but a lot of people use it like rice. Is it auto-focusing?
No.
Here, we'll just go
I think
close.
it's because it really wanted to focus on that.
Yeah.
I almost used that as a fork.
Orzo is not the play, but it does a decent job here. It would have been nice to have something that absorbs a little bit more.
Couscous was the play.
Couscous or potato.
Yeah.
That being said,
my vote would have been couscous. Your vote would have been potato.
I like couscous.
Thought about it, really like potato.
I don't have potatoes either. I've got instant, but that's not great. I only bought that because I needed potato starch. What? Did you try it?
An apple.
Oh. Yeah, the apples lost their sweetness as well.
Oh my.
Oh my.
You think the boxes? Oh.
It shouldn't be that big. Well, it moves around, so. I had no doubt it was Lego. I just meant, why was the box so big?
Well, you ruined it. I took it around the corner because I was going to play a game. Like, how big do you think this box should be? And I was going to walk around the corner with it. It was going to be huge.
I genuinely worried that you needed help getting it.
Oh, because I said, oh my?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Tipper's in your office sniffing the box.
I don't know how to get more apple flavor in this. Like, I don't know that it needs it, but it's...
The apples still have apple flavor.
No, but I mean, try a piece of the pork.
Wait, why are there so many knives?
I don't know.
I've messed up.
You got one out, and then you went and got another one out.
I didn't think I got one out.
You could have just borrowed mine.
Well, look. We're figuring this out as we go. It's very tender.
That was the point.
Is it supposed to be pink like that?
Yeah, there's one little piece on the end.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because this was a... Wait. Was it a log? Or was it pork chops? Was it a pork, like...
Tenderloin?
Tenderloin, or was it pork chops?
It's pork chop.
Okay.
It's a pork chop, just has the little fatty, darker thing on the end.
I was building Legos, so I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, jealous. Well, give your verdict.
The pork's really good.
Yeah. Pork's just simple salt and pepper. Garlic, salt, and pepper. Well, give your opinion.
Not bad. I really like the sauce and the pork and the orzo. The savory apples are throwing me a little bit. But they're not, like, bad.
I didn't say they were. I'm just saying.
They're different. I've never had that flavor before. But it's not bad. But it's all very tasty. You did a good job.
I hate when people say not bad because it's not a positive thing.
No, I'm just saying I've never had savory apples before.
I know, but I wish people would use a different, like, if it's okay, just tell me it's okay, but not bad just it sounds like a backhanded compliment.
I would have rather you made cinnamon apples on the side and did the rest of this the way it was.
Oh, well, I mean, that can be a change. The apples literally went in at the end.
Like,
the only difference between this and actual cinnamon apples is the lack of, like, sugar.
Yeah.
When I was cooking the apples.
Yeah, I know. All really good though. I think I would have preferred cinnamon apples with all.
Not bad as neutral. Yes, but it's also kind of a backhanded compliment in my opinion.
But it's not.
I know, but it's always said in, like, surprise. Like you thought it was going to be bad to begin with. It's.
Well, when you said savory apples, I was like, I don't know how that's going to be.
It's more of just a pet peeve thing with me because I'm like, if it's bad, tell me, or if you think it's only okay.
I think the apples are only okay.
Okay,
because I wish they were cinnamon apples on the side.
That's all I wanted to hear.
But I really like the rest of it a lot. Like the pork's super tender.
You guys heard here, my wife said apples are mid.
No.
Clip it and ship it.
I love apples.
Go with the old Minnesotan answer.
Oh, I can't remember what it is.
That's different.
Is it that different?
Yeah.
I'll need to review that video.
So,
I really like the orzo with this gravy on it.
that's because orzo is actually a common soup pasta.
Yeah. I know.
And I mean, the gravy's really good.
Yeah. I just don't like it on the apples.
Well, then don't eat the apples.
I'm going to eat the apples because I still like apples.
Okay. I just mean, like, you can eat around the apples. If you just want gravy and orzo, you go for it. There's a ton of gravy in here. I upped the liquid amounts because I had a 10-pack of pork chops when it was like, use 4 pork chops, and I used 10, so I kind of like 1.5 to everything. So there's a lot of liquid in here.
It's all very tasty, though.
I mean, in all honesty, you could pick out the apples and freeze this, and you could have it with, like, a pork roast later on, or something along those lines. I bet it would freeze pretty well. In all honesty, I think this is something your parents would like. I feel like your mom would be freaked out about the apples, but if we don't put the apples in it.
Yeah, because, like, applesauce with pork is, like, really common. At least in the United States. It's like you have applesauce when you eat pork. I think it's not just here, but...
Hey, can you speak to Germany? Do you guys do apple with your pork?
Like applesauce or apples or...
I definitely know you have apple strudel with your pork schnitzel, but
you should have apple strudel with everything.
It's on my list of things to.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoops. I bonked the camera.
Yeah, it's just the sauce is great. The apples don't add what you think they would. Which is fine, because we still have a bunch of apple cider in there. And I love
Can you give me a little glass? Wait, is that to drink apple cider?
I was gonna have some.
It just clicked what you said. Oh, it's even.
It's like you don't listen to my stream at all.
I told you I was building Legos.
Old-fashioned apple cider from Lewisburg Cider Mill. This is the stuff, man.
Did you shake it?
Yes.
I don't need a full glass.
Okay.
Oh, was this mine?
That was yours. But
Okay, that's fine.
whatever. I poured this one less, so you could have it. Whatever. Why don't I just make them even, and we'll just be over this.
That is really good. They have some really good apple cider.
Their apple cider donuts are...
Yeah, they do
Awesome
apple
as
cider donuts. So tasty.
So, what would you give this if we were to take the apples out?
Blue cheese bag.
Like out of 10, what would you give this?
Like an 8.5 out of 10 without the apples.
Okay, with the apples.
Like a 7.
I like the gravy. I don't know why I keep calling it. I mean, it is, because it's... Essentially, all we've done is cut chicken stock with apple cider to add a little bit of sweetness, but everything else we did was pretty much just build up a flavorful roux. So...
I really, like I said, to make this like a... I really enjoyed this meal. To make it better, I would not put the apples in there. Make cinnamon apples, and then I would mix all this together as it is.
Yeah, not going on there. Okay. We've been streaming for almost 2 hours. I've got 90% of the stuff I need to get cleaned. So I'm pretty happy about that. But we're going to go ahead and probably call it here. That way you guys can get on enjoying your Friday. Like I said, no stream Sunday. We'll try to do something tomorrow if I can find a good dinner idea. So hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Once again, check out my Instagram if you want to see pictures of everything that we've made so far, or get updates when I'm getting ready to go live, or check out the old VODs if you're interested in any of those. Anyway, I'm gonna go find somebody to raid. Grant. Xander's going to be on later tonight. He said sometime around 7, so the plan is to get on and play some games. Or hang out, at least. Alright, guys. Just hang out for a minute. We'll go find someone to share the love with. If I don't see you for the weekend, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And thanks for hanging out. I really enjoy when we've got everyone here. You guys make it a heck of a lot more entertaining.
What?